It sure is sexy. I know you want to touch my ship. Maybe I'll just let you. Coming up today on Geek Domo, we are starting a brand new series for Ramp Up. It is Star Citizen. Hello and welcome to Geek Domo. Alright, so we are continuing on with our Ramp Up series, and this new game is Star Citizen, and we are ramping up to it. What is Star Citizen, you say? Well, it is being developed by Chris Roberts, the guy who brought us Wing Commander, Privateer, Freelancer, and a bunch of other space sim games and other Origin type games. Chris Roberts is an unabashed PC gamer, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second. But this game is being developed exclusively for the PC. It is a space sim like no other. First off, the funding of Star Citizen. Star Citizen started out as a dream from Chris Roberts when he decided that he really didn't have any more fun games to play on his PC. He tried Crysis and Crysis 2 and Crysis 3, and he liked those games, but for the most part, PCs play second fiddle to consoles for game development. And he really wanted to get back into space. Can't say I blame him. So what Chris Roberts did was go out to Kickstarter and say, hey everybody, I would like to make a new game. Would you like to see a game like this? And if so, please donate a couple of bucks and we will see if we can get it developed. His initial plan was to raise $2 million, which sounds like a lot of money, but for game development, it's not so much. He was going to raise $2 million and then take that money and use it as bait to bring in larger investors. He put the thing up on Kickstarter, and within a month, he raised the $2 million. He said, wait a second, people are going to invest that quickly in a game like this? Maybe I got something here. So he upped the total that he wanted to raise up to about $4 million, past that goal, $8 million, past that goal, $10 million, past that goal. He is now over $17 million have been invested by gamers to see this game get made. Why would they do such a thing? Well, let's have a little bit of a history lesson right now. As I said earlier, Mr. Roberts is a PC gamer, and an unabashed one at that. That is my background too. I started building PCs back in 1986. And back then, I would purchase a PC Shopper magazine, and in the back of the magazine there would be a list of all the different companies like Tiger Direct and Newegg and all these companies that aren't around today, but that were back then too. I would order the parts out of the back of that, put my PC together, and then go buy a game. And most of the time, I usually bought things ahead of time, so my system was always a little bit ahead of the game, so I had no problem. But there was a time, once or twice, I would show up at the store and I'd buy the new game, and on the side of the box it would say something like, "You need 1 megabyte of RAM to play this game." I'm like, no! All I've got is 512 kilobytes. What am I going to do? I must get off my wallet and walk to the store and buy one more stick of 512 kilobytes to put in my system. I almost said megabytes just then. Yeah, you're laughing, right? But that's the way it was back then. We were hardcore. We walked uphill both ways barefoot in glass. PC games pushed us as PC gamers to buy better equipment. That's the way it was, and we liked it that way. PC gamers like to push the threshold. They want the most power out of their system. Now, I'm going to make a generalization here, but stick with me. I think you might understand. Console gamers don't. Pure console gamers that do not play on PCs do not like to fiddle with stuff. There is nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. There's a type of person who goes down to Honda, picks out a new Civic, purchases it, and drives it home. When something breaks, he takes it back to the dealership and says, fix it, and pays them money to do that. That is like a console gamer. A PC gamer goes to Factory 5 Racing, purchases a kit, brings it home, puts it in their garage, sticks a 450 horsepower blown motor in it, straps it all together with baling wire, bubble gum, and welding sticks, takes it out on the street, and prays to God he's gonna live. That's a PC gamer. Is that right? Probably not, but that's just the way we are. We always want the most horsepower. We always want the best looking parts of the game. That is what we're striving for all the time. In the last 10 or so years, what's ended up happening is they develop a game on a PC. They use the PC to build the game. But they lower the quality of the graphics and everything else down because the consoles were made in 2006. And while yes, they work, and you can go out to the store, purchase a game, come home, plug it in, and it just works, that's great. It cripples the PC games because we have more horsepower. We can support a hell of a lot more graphics than your console can. And yes, the Xbox One and the PS4 are both amazing and powerful computers in their own right, but they are a snapshot in time. The time they are snapshotted is around Christmas time 2013. At Christmas time 2017, they will be old already. Whereas I will have gone out and bought a new processor, a new video card, and my system can outperform the Xbox One hands down without a sweat. One way is not right, the other way is not right. I am not saying that. But Chris Roberts wanted to build a game for us gearheads, for us techie types that say, no, I don't want a video card in my system. I want 4. And I want to stick them all together with SLI connectors. And I want 2 power supplies putting out 1,000 watts of power so when I turn on my computer, the lights in my house go dim. I want to use liquid nitrogen to keep my computer from exploding. That's what a PC gamer is. And Chris Roberts supports that. How does he support that? This game's basic requirements are this. An i5 or an i7 processor has to be quad core. You need at least 16 gig of RAM. 8 will get you by, but 16 will probably be better. You need a 600 series or higher NVIDIA video card and a 6000 series or higher ATI card. There is no game being developed right now that has said that at all. They're all like, you need an i3 and maybe a 400 series NVIDIA card to play our brand new MMO. While that's great, it's because the MMO was developed for a PC and a console at the same time. And a console, that's all they got. So they can't develop it for the PC because they can't make 2 separate games. That is how consoles have been crippling PCs for so long. Now, why did I go off on all this rant? Because Star Citizen is for us, the PC gamers. And I support him completely. Let's get into a little bit about some of the details of this game. First off, new thing that I love to death, permadeath. Oh yeah, I said it, permadeath. If you play Dragon Souls and you like that kind of game, you're not going to like this game because it's not as punishing, but it's pretty damn close. Here's how it works. Fly out in outer space. You shoot at somebody, they shoot at you. They blow you up. You get out of your ship when you eject safely. Another ship will come by, pick you up, and take you home, drop you off. You get a new ship because you had an insurance policy. You lose all your weapon, all of your cargo, everything. You have to start from scratch. That's one way you die, but you're not really dead. You made it. Next way, you guys shoot you, boom, blow up. You eject. The guy hates you. He comes back around and shoots at you. He blows your arm off and your leg off. Now they take you back to the hospital, drop you off. They put a brand new cybernetic arm on you. You look a little bit like Full Metal Alchemist. And you go on with your day. Next time you're flying around, some guy shoots you, blows you up out of the ship. This time your hair caught on fire and you're floating in space without a mask. So you're almost dead, but they get you back alive. And now the burns on your face and you got scars and you're all ripped up and you got stitches through your chest. It's not been a nice thing. You look a little beat up. That's death number 2, we'll call it. Not really dead, but you made it. But you barely made it. Number 3 comes. You're flying around, boom, boom, explode. Now you blow up. And your body parts are spread across space. They bring you back. They can't fix you. They tried everything they could. $6 million man stuff ain't going to work this time. You're toast. The next scene will be your funeral. And who's standing there at your funeral? The beneficiary you put down on your will that you wanted to take over for your death. You could name it your son, your aunt, your uncle, your niece, your nephew, whoever. They're standing there. That's your new character. Whoever you named as your beneficiary. Now that person will take on whatever type of person you were. If you were a pirate, they can also be a pirate. Or they can try a new lifestyle. But people always kind of look at them a little bit sideways because that's the son of the famous Dread Pirate Roberts. And so you're always going to have that sort of thing hanging over your head. Next amazing thing, because this game is built for uber power, level of detail is awesome. Let me show you something on this wall. This is a sticker. Yes, it's a sticker. I've seen them before in many games. Okay. Have you ever looked that close at a sticker in most games? As you got closer to the wall, the sticker always got blurrier because you were moving into the pixels. So you were zooming in on a bitmap. Let's go closer to this one and see what happens. I'll wait. We're moving in. Getting closer. Would you look at that? I can almost read what that says. Let's get a little closer. Oh my god! That sticker says shit! Doesn't matter. The point is, that sticker I can see from when I get out of this ship and I'm standing at the far corner of this room. And I can walk all the way up to it and read the words on that sticker. That is some texturized crap right there. Crap in a good way. That is awesome. And so that is the level of detail that you're going to see in this game. Next innovation, it is being built to support Oculus Rift. Because you're a PC gamer, you know what the hell I'm talking about, and you know just how awesome that is. From the scratch, you can play this game with it. You don't need your mouse and your keyboard necessarily. You're going to need a joystick probably. But that's okay, that's why we're PC gamers, we'll go buy this crap anyway. An Oculus Rift with a joystick and a throttle is gonna rock your face off. Next innovation thing. You could play multiple different types of characters. You can be a pirate if you want. You could be a merchant. All you do is carry goods from planet to planet. Or you can be a mercenary that is for hire, and the merchant who doesn't have any guns on his ship, maybe he's got one gun to defend himself, but he's going to need some escort, and you could escort him, and you'll get a bit of the cut of the profit. Whatever. All of that is possible, but it's also possible for you just to take off in one direction and fly forever. Space is infinite, and this is supposed to be procedurally generated to a point. Meaning that you're just going to take off and fly and find a new part of the universe nobody else is at, nobody's seen, and if you find a part of the universe nobody's seen before or anything, you can claim that star system with your name. You can call it whatever you want, and it goes in on everybody's star map from that point on with that name. That is epic. That is, if you want to be an explorer, you don't want to fight anybody, you don't want guns, you don't want any of that crap, you want to fly around and just see stuff, this game will allow you to do that. There is also an offline mode that you can play. It's like a campaign called Squadron 42, which will teach you the basics of the game, a lot about combat and everything. But if you don't even want to do that, you just want to be an explorer, you don't want to bother, you can skip that and just go right ahead. So that is our little bit of ramp up for Star Citizen. I'm going to cover more stuff in detail as we go on. I want to thank my friend Bill, aka Pancakes, for all of his help. He is a Star Citizen aficionado. And we will be back with more episodes in this series. This will be in a separate playlist from the other ramp up shows, so look for it in its own playlist and you can watch it as it comes out. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. This has been Geek Domo. Until next time, see ya. Creepy, isn't it? Coming up today on Geek Domo, we check out SOE emote and how is it going to work in EverQuest next. Okay, so what you're seeing right now is SOE emote, and I'm playing a Froglock, and I am in the Feldware Forest, or however you pronounce it. As you know, I'm